I don't know what's normal for YouTube channels, new channels. I've got 890 views, almost 900. It's probably 900 right now. I've got 21 thumbs up, no thumbs down. I figured I'd be more controversial. I guess that'll come when I start uploading more videos. I've got 21 thumbs up, 10 subscribers, like 4 or 5 comments. I don't know if that's good or not. I mean, it's kind of cool. Kind of weak in Japan. Only 2.5% of my views are from Japan. India and Brazil are even worse, like 1.5. I didn't even think of that. People in India and Japan are watching these things. Wow, Brazil? Kind of like to do a kayak trip in Brazil. Yeah, right. That's the big leagues right there. Don't like mosquitoes, huh? Okay, stay out of Brazil. The Amazon's not for you. But yeah, I was getting some suggestions where people were talking about, well, too bad you don't have interactions with police officers. I know you're homeless, you get interactions with them. Yeah, and I've got dozens of interactions on video. I pull it out all the time. When the cops come up, I can see them coming a mile away. There's their car, their lights are flashing, they're getting out of their car. I pull out my camera. You filming this? Yeah, I like to film stuff. I'm gonna have a YouTube channel. I've been planning on this forever. I've got 100 hours of videos. In my possession, I've got, I don't know, 24 hours of videos on SD card. Most of them are the kayak trip. I have a lot of it's just me being homeless, panhandling in town. I've got a few that are definitely bike trips. They gotta be, because I haven't done a whole lot recently, long bike trips. But I've got some. I think I've got from, you know, Chicago to, you know, down to maybe to Bloomington, I think I got to. It's about 150 miles. That's about the longest one, but that's coming. I'm about to do a long one. I'm not gonna be able to make the money to get on Amtrak. I'd like to. It's gonna be cold up there too. It's cold down here. It was ice on the ground everywhere. I had ice on my sleeping bag last night. And interactions with other homeless people. I really don't hang out with other homeless people. They're on drugs or they're drunk. And basically, the rule out here is one's company, two's a crowd. Boy, you know what I mean by one's company. People are having a party all by themselves and big conversation. Yeah, get me? And then you get more than one, and the cops are like, ah, there's a crowd of 2 people. There's a crowd over there, you know? So it's nothing but trouble. And they're competition, okay? I see another homeless person, it's like, or more, it's like, okay, there's my competition. Greener pastures, location, location, location. The more homeless people you see, the less successful you are panhandling. It's that simple. People get burnt out. So, and I'm on a bike, you know, so I can just keep on trucking, you know, get to a better spot. I've reconnoitered this whole country, basically. I know where all the good spots are. I don't, but I know I have a lot of good spots. The possibilities are endless. And, you know, how can I describe this? It's ultimate freedom, being homeless. It's that simple. And as far as panhandling goes, the economy has something to do with it, but there's areas that are, if not recession proof, they're definitely recession resistant. There's people out there, they don't double the prices on everything, they can afford it. Maybe a little less, I'm not going to give this bum that much, but I'm going to give it something, you know. And for you degenerate gamblers out there, no judgment, I get it, but you might understand. It's like what I do is like going to the casino that you never lose. It's just how much are you gonna win? Not that much this time. You get me? You go out there and hold that sign in your hand, and sometimes you don't win anything at all. But that's the worst. That's like, oh man, I didn't win anything. Doggone it. Next casino, I guess. You know? And I don't want to hear that nonsense about, it's thrilling, man. It's addicting. And I don't want to hear any nonsense about the part of the thrill of gambling is the chance you're gonna lose. Bullshit. Nah, it's the thrill of winning. They don't want to lose. Gambler would love to go into a casino and all they're going to do is win or not win, you know, but it doesn't cost them anything. Save it. That's what I do, okay? You just have to deal with the negative. You know, you get a lot of beer's going crazy. Slept on it wrong. But you get a lot of negative attention, man. People don't like what you're doing. You know, so you have to deal with that. Hecklers. It's like almost like being a movie star or something, you know? Even when you're not. I'm in the public eye anyway. Might as well just make it official with the YouTube channel. But yeah, that's about it. My point is I've got hundreds of hours of videos. I've been running around like a kook with a camera in my face for decades, more. I've got many cross-country trips. I've got a trip from San Jose, California up to Everett, Washington, all the way across Chicago, through the Rocky Mountains. A couple of times I had to jump freight trains. Really bitchin' videos. You know, they weren't long. One of them was about 75 miles, another one was about 150 miles. One of them was through, you know, Eastern Washington into Spokane. Insanity. The audio's out on that one, but I don't give a damn. I'll get, once I get software, ability to use software and get down with this, I'll upload that train video and just put some music that's public domain or something, or play my kazoo or something behind it, you know, whatever. And then I got another one that shows me I was stranded in Big Timber, Montana with a tire that I couldn't fix because there's a hole worn all the way through the tire. And it's blowing out in the tubes as soon as I start riding on it. I tried to reinforce it with plastic or, you know, from water bottles and stuff, and it would have got me a little ways. But I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I've got 75 miles to Billings. This ain't gonna work 75 miles. I tried to hitchhike. Nobody picked me up. That next morning, there was a freight train parked on the siding. Jumped right on it. Next thing I know, I was in Billings. It was bitching. I was going across bridges over the Yellowstone River. I got it, man. I got it. You got bicycle tours of people that are interested in that? Yeah, you wait. Just you wait. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. I went between, when I was first bicycle touring, all I did was Los Angeles to San Francisco, back and forth. And I beg in all the towns in between. I did that for decades. I didn't have a camera on me most of the time, but a few, I've got several videos of me going through that. It's spectacular. The cities are just gorgeous and the landscape's beautiful. That's about the only thing about California that's beautiful, but you know what I mean. And I love California. I'm from LA, okay? I said I wasn't gonna refer to my personal history, but oh well. It's almost impossible to do that. Even a Zen master messes up. And I ain't no Zen master. Yeah, man. I went all the way across country. I got a wild hair and, you know, said, I've never filled in that section between LA and Tucson before, because I've ridden all the way from Jacksonville, Florida to Tucson before. And just I was intimidated by the Mojave. And I just went, nah, I'd get to Tucson, I'd be tired generally, and I'd go, I'm gonna jump on the Amtrak. $75 to LA. But then I went, I'm gonna go to Tucson from LA. And I did. And when I got to Tucson, I went, let's keep on going. I went all the way to Athens, Georgia, and then all the way up to Springfield, Massachusetts, and all the way to Chicago that year. I got it all on video. Insane. I had to pull my own tooth. It's ridiculous. I had a toothache. It was killing me. I was barely scraping by the cash to make it down the road. I'd read this book about a survivalist book or whatever, and it said if you got a sore tooth, you're on a desert island or whatever, the civilization's collapsed, you can say you can push on your tooth with your tongue until it gets loosened, and it come right out if you keep pushing on it. So I started doing that. And it got loose, but it wasn't coming out. So eventually I just tied first I tried dental floss, like when you're a little kid. That didn't work. The dental floss broke. I'm like, stupid, those are baby teeth. This is an adult tooth. So I had to get fishing line. I walked into Walmart with like a little piece of dental floss hanging out of my mouth. It gets sucked in. I start choking on it. It was crazy, man. I was climbing. Finally, I got fishing line and tied it to it, and climbed up on a garbage can, tied my backpack to it, and dropped it. Boom, came right out. Whew. I got all that on video, man. I'm a kook. I've been having a camera for a decade, filming all this, thinking fantasy world that I would actually, in the back of my mind, I wasn't telling people I had a YouTube channel, or I didn't have one. I knew I didn't have one, but I was like fantasizing about what it would be like to have one. But with the full realization, dude, you're filming this stuff. This is not just a fantasy in your mind. You've got this. I kind of like lost sight of that, because it just wasn't happening and wasn't happening. I kept asking my family to help me. And they got their own lives to live, and it's not that easy. Trust me, I've got 3 more of these kayak videos. You notice me jumping on the equipment and downloading it? It's going to take me another 20 hours to do the next video. And I don't know if I want to do it the same way. Each cut a separate video. It seems to be working, but some videos are getting more views than others. They're not getting the full story yet. You know, I kind of like to get viewers that are interested in seeing the whole movie, you know. Maybe cut it up into like 4 sections, because that's about all my phone can handle, is about 20 videos. And even then, it slows the process way down. You know? It's going to happen. This isn't just pie in the sky. I've got hundreds of hours of videos of me bike touring, kayak trips, hanging out in the most roughest towns and the most beautiful little cities or whatever. Yeah, I've got it, man. I've got it. And I don't know if it's a gift. I can gab, okay? It might be the curse of gab.